You got abducted. They took you. You got abducted. You got abducted. They took you. They took you. You got abducted.
Millions of years before the creation of human beings, and light years away from your solar system, in the 19th galaxy called Ilion, there is a 3-star solar.
They took you.
Hello, family. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Michael coming to you with a wonderful expose on robbery and theft in the black so-called conscious but unconscious community. All right, as we know, for the past few months, we've been bombing the hell out of the frauds in our community. But I want to focus in tonight and want to do some numbers crunching, because this is where the rubber really meets the road. And I told you, Frankie, that everything we do is calculated, buddy. Everything we do is calculated. So I'll give you a little history back on this. Let's do the numbers crunching for the Kemet on Trial event. Why am I doing that specific event numbers crunching on it? Because I am as you would call it, a founding member of the Hebrew War Machine, right? No longer still associated with that bunch, but those are still my brothers in love. So the Hebrew War Machine was on display at this Kemet on Trial event. But now, Frankie doesn't know that. Frankie doesn't know I was a part of this. And he doesn't even know that all of this money that he made, Ankakek can tell you, that is because of me. I started all of it. And he admitted it on the live stream. I guess he cut that part out. He didn't want y'all to hear that. But yeah, two and a half years ago or so, I began beating up on Ankakek and Jonathan and the others. And this culminated in Kemet on Trial. All right? And a big money-making frenzy. But here we go. The Kemet on Trial event included a cover charge of the people that came to the Alhambra Ballroom. It included a live stream where people all over the world can be a part of this event. And yes, it included a collection, a offering, plus subsequent CD sales or DVD sales. But now let's crunch some numbers and let's do some calculations. Let's talk about first the Alhambra Ballroom, the owners of the Alhambra Ballroom. Who owns it? Gem Realty Management. JEM Realty Management. That's a group in Times Square, a management group, a realty group. This building and this business was purchased for only $21.5 million. They always do that to us. They buy because they know our people are desperate. And they make hand over fist with your community, the buildings. But anyway, Gem Realty purchased this building from a group that obviously owned this Alhambra Ballroom historically. Now the Alhambra Ballroom, the Crystal Ballroom, can seat up to 400 people at its max. And plus. Now let's do the numbers crunching for just the live stream event. Let's start there. The live stream event, as you see on your screen, this is the actual screenshot from when it was, going in the heat of the debate, actually, when they were pretty much in the center of the debate. And again, Frankie, everything we do is calculated, buddy. We were numbers crunching while y'all was arguing. But as you see there, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the view count down there as I'm pointing out to you. It's a little blurry on your screen there, but you can clearly see that there are spaces for 5 digits. Let me tell you what those 5 digits are. 67,690. That's the number of people that were viewing the event. Mind you, half of those people, the live stream dropped and they couldn't get it. So what did the Hebrew Israelites do? We robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. We snatched the live stream and passed it out in Google Hangout to the people that couldn't get it, as many as we could. But again, 67,690 people viewed the live stream times $20. I think it was $20 or $25. I could be wrong on either hand, but let's just go with the minimum, $20. 67,690 times $20, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, give us one, is 1,300,053, wait, let me say it again, $1,353,800. One more time, 1,353,800. This is a round number, of the finances generated from the live stream from Kemet on Trial. Over $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. If you think I'm lying, get your Texas Instruments calculators out. Now, let's go to the cover charge at the Alhambra Ballroom. We had people that purchased tickets, and I would imagine that they sold the tickets up to the seating capacity, which would have been about 400. Let's multiply 400 times 20. We get $8,000. $8,000, we can add that to the $1 million amount. And then let's add that to this collection, the offering that he took up that night. And let's add that to the donations of people that came in and couldn't, you know, they didn't buy tickets, but they took donations and slipped people in so they could stand up. That was going on. And so this collection and the extra money from the, you know, the stragglers at the door, let's give it an amount of about $2,000. Okay? That's probably a very low amount, but out of all of the numbers, we're going to go with that number to just plug into this $1 million amount and the $8,000 amount. Now, after we do all of those numbers together, we come up with a grand total of $1,362,800. One more time, $1,362,800 plus subsequent DVD sales that many of you probably bought DVDs and didn't get. So, let's talk about not having an accountant after you gather in over $1 million from one event. You don't have an accountant. You admitted that to me on the live stream. If you don't believe me, you can go on Sonetta's channel and look. It's on Sonetta Studios, and it says Hater exposes himself.
When Polite asked you to call the last time, Polite asked you to call the last time, and you cried like a bitch, man. For nothing. Over a picture, nigga.
Yo, you a silly dude, Mike. For real, man.
I'm just telling you the truth, man. Did you not throw a bitch fit on me last time?
I don't recall that, my man.
I bet you Polite can recall it.
Yeah. So you telling me that's why you mad, bro? Is that
that's
the
why I'm
reason
pissed
why you
off,
so
bro.
upset at me, bro?
No, that's why I'm pissed off at the moment. But previously, I was
See,
upset at
my
you.
people out there, I told you, he ain't got no valid reason for
me
hating
tell you.
the House of Consciousness.
tell you.
Now listen,
Let me tell
hold
you.
up, Mike. Hold up, Mike. You've been hating on us since day one.
I did the math, brother. I did the math, brother. I did the math. Y'all pulled in a grip from the people. And you took up, hold on, check it out, because there's nothing wrong with making money, son. But watch.
What is a grip? What is a grip?
You want me to tell you how much a grip is?
Yeah.
You charge, how much was for the live stream?
Brother, what is a grip, man? You supposed to have all this ready.
Brother, be straight up with me. How much was it for the live stream?
I forgot, man. Free.
All right, let me tell you. If it was over $20, and there were thousands of people that got that live stream, I want you to just add up a minimum number. Just say 8,000 times 20.
See, family, I want y'all to pay close attention. This is why these hating Negroes are mad. Because they are like crabs in the barrel. They don't want to see nobody black come up. They don't want to see nobody black make a living off of what he loved doing, especially in giving it back to the people. They don't want to see that. Meanwhile, Time Warner can pay-per-view, and they should be $100 when Mayweather fight. How many tickets they sold? You don't see him crying and bitching over that. How many times people go to concerts and they tickets just to get in be $100, $90, $200 for front row seats, but they don't be crying and bitching over that. But the minute a brother like a Sonetta comes out and do a live stream for $20 damn, you got Negroes jumping out the woodworks like this. Niggas like this. See, that's what it's all about. You don't want to see Sonetta make $1. Now we get into the real cure.
But Frankie, you exposed yourself, buddy, because you think the whole world is stupid. I don't know what in the hell is wrong with you. You think the world don't have calculators? You think all of the Hebrews wasn't looking and eyeballing everything as it go? Brother, you're a fool. And if you think the IRS and the real devils ain't watching you, you're foolish. You're more foolish. You're digging a hole for yourself that you're probably going to pay for when you get old like Bill Cosby. I'm trying to help you. Stop it before you get too bad and too far gone. You said you wanted to do 10 more of these conferences. And that means at least $10 million you want. We just uncovered it. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. 67,690 times 20. That live stream pulled in a fat chunk of change. And what does all of our revolutionaries tell us to do when we are doing business in the black community? What's the best thing to do? Circulate that money in the black community. Invest that money in the black community. Provide goods and services in the black community. But, again, if y'all go and look at the live stream, and I'll post it on my page here soon. And yes, Frank, I ripped that too, buddy. Go check the parody laws in California. You'll be surprised what's legal out here. But the truth of the matter is, y'all, that most of y'all don't see this. You only see your 5s and your 10s that you send, and we're trying to help. But you don't understand that all of this money is being funneled and channeled through maybe 4 or 5 individuals. You paid them over $1 million to teach you what at Kemet on Trial? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm waiting to hear what you gleaned from Kemet on Trial for $1 million. Tell me, black community. I'm gonna be waiting till Kingdom come on that one. But guess what? He admitted to not having given Harlem, the same community he extracted $1 million from, or through. He admitted to not giving Harlem $5. Not a back-to-school supply program, not a shoe program, not a breakfast program, nothing. No money on record as a philanthropist given to the homeless in Harlem. Nothing. Not even an accountant. Which means in the business world, because I live in the business world, I'm a business owner. Which means in the business world, if you don't have an accountant, you have no accountability. And everybody that don't have accountants and you're dragging in $1 million plus every 6 months, guess where they end up? You tell me. You tell me where they end up. When they're pulling in this type of money and ain't paying taxes. And don't have a damn accountant. And not giving a nickel to the community. Which should be first and foremost, and is first and foremost for me. Because we are Hebrew Israelites, and guess what? All of these camps give back. They give more than their body and their time, Frankie. They give food away. You know anything about that? Food programs? Even on the East Coast, the ISUPK, those brothers give food out all the time. And I guarantee you, they haven't put on an event and pulled in $1 million. But they ain't talking about that's all we give black people is our body. Frankie, listen, I'm gonna close this off right now. The black people don't need your nasty little Dominican body, bastard. The black people need for you to cough up at least 10% of this money and go down to your city hall and search out a piece of land to buy to grow some fresh vegetables in trashy ass Harlem. And then maybe you can get a facility and rent or lease it. Maybe you can go to Jim Realty Company, management group, the same group that stole our Humber Ballroom from Harlem. Maybe you can go and lease a building from them and put up some homeless people in that building, Frankie. You're doing business with the white man? You're doing business with the Arab man? And you got the nerve to ask me why I don't challenge the Arab? Because niggas like you spend their soul with them. And I can't challenge the Arab. I got to challenge the root of the problem, which is my people. Understand that, Frankie? So, hashtag you've been exposed. And if y'all don't wake up and stop being so foolish, if you can do for people, do it. You don't have to send it to this nigga and let him eat your money, devour you. Get off your behind, black people, and help your black family. If you see a black man homeless, give him $100. Get him off the street. Oh, give your $100 to Sonetta, who spends your money on cameras on gators. And you dumb bastard Negroes that follow him blindly. There's people waking up every day. But there's a few of you that are like, I don't know, if you're just living in darkness, or if you are just that ignorant, you probably don't have money to pay your bills. But you gave them $1 million probably 3 times last year. Now, this was just the Kemet on Trial. Y'all don't want me to bring the rest of the numbers we've been crunching. But I'll say with that, if you don't wake up, then you deserve what you get. Peace.
Irresponsible men and women, right? What was you doing around that time? You was a drug addict. You was poisoning the community. Around the time you talking about Bambaataa doing this and that, you was a drug addict poisoning the community. What are you talking about? You was a drug addict around that time. Westside Dusthead, or Filthy Frank from the West Side, or whatever, you know, your street name was, or whatever the case is. Remember that? Remember that? It's not a lie. It's not something I'm making up.
You got abducted. They took you. You got abducted. You got abducted. They took you. They took you. You got abducted.
Millions of years before the creation of human beings, and light years away from your solar system, in the 19th galaxy called Ilion, there is a 3-star solar.
They took you.